these fighters are saying Floyd hating, Floyd hating, Floyd hating. The last time I checked, hating on what? On what?
Meaning he is greater at his skill of boxing than Stephen Hawking was at science.
Okay. I can live with that, but I don't know if I would call him the greatest fighter of all time. Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion.
Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia noted that Canelo may have been mentally drained, giving Crawford an ideal timing advantage, and they praised Crawford's focus and mental sharpness on fight night. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather responded to Stephen A. Smith's claim that Crawford is a greater fighter, while Smith still acknowledged Floyd's brilliance, highlighting that despite chronic hand injuries limiting his knockout power, he consistently dominated his opponents.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
Additionally, Stephen A. Smith stated that if a fight between Crawford and Floyd ever took place, he would unequivocally pick Terence Crawford as the winner.
I've been avoiding everybody calling it a pick'em fight.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, it could go either way, but I'm going to go with Crawford.
Furthermore, Stephen A. Smith said that while Floyd Mayweather is among the greatest, with unmatched defense, speed, and ring IQ, he wouldn't label him the single best ever, noting that legends like Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello, and Salvador Sanchez also deserve recognition. However, Stephen Smith believes Terence Crawford is the current face of boxing, calling him the best active fighter and the pound-for-pound king of this era, with his undisputed run in the 4-belt era cementing his place at the top.
Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion.
Booz also stated that Terence Crawford deserves to be mentioned alongside legends like Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard, highlighting that he faced and defeated every top contender in his division, which, in Booz's view, makes him truly great.
That put him up there with the Floyds, the Ray Leonards.
Put him right there with them all. You know what I mean? They told me he didn't fight everybody, nobody. He done fought whoever was in front of him, who was in that weight at that time, and he beat everybody. He's great.
Bomac McIntyre added that when discussing the greatest fighters in history, names like Ray Robinson and Jack Dempsey are always mentioned, and Terence Crawford's name should be included as well, firmly placing him among the all-time greats.
Where do you rank them? Should we rank them like that? Is it difficult because of your eras?
I'll say when you say best, name the best fighters ever in the history of boxing, you're gonna have to say Ray Robinson. You're gonna have to say Jack Dempsey. Then you gotta say Terence Crawford. He's up there. He's definitely up there.
Judah added that when Canelo Alvarez said Crawford was better than Floyd Mayweather, he wasn't exaggerating. Judah noted that since Canelo faced both fighters, he is uniquely qualified to make that comparison, giving credibility to his statement.
Canelo said that Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think?
He's not lying. He fought him. He should know. How can somebody tell somebody that fought both of these guys, he know. If anybody would know, Canelo would know.
Ryan Clark praised Floyd Mayweather as the defining fighter of his era, noting that he didn't just win, but often humiliated opponents with flawless technique, sharp reflexes, and unmatched mental toughness. Clark said Mayweather embodied pure dominance throughout the 2000s, representing the ultimate symbol of skill and control in a generation full of champions.
I say that Bud is extremely skilled, right? Yet not as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made people look foolish, right? And so if I had to say who's the greatest I've seen, and Bud said it right, the best of an era and the best of an era, it's Floyd. But when I watched Bud against Canelo, there was this extreme skill on display, and there was a level of crazy that's different. There was a level of, and Floyd's extremely tough. Go back to Shane Mosley and the 2 punches he landed early in the fight and the way that he embarrassed him. I'm not saying that Floyd's not tough, Floyd's not a bad man, but there was domination inside that ring. We saw.
Ryan Clark then turned to Terence Crawford, saying he has built his own legacy among boxing's greats. With decisive wins over fighters like Errol Spence and Canelo Alvarez, Crawford has demonstrated both supreme talent and the courage to face the toughest challenges, and Clark stressed that these victories solidify his greatness and secure his place in the sport's history.
There's no fear in him in the way that he's attacked gaining notoriety. Bud's been the baddest man for 12 years, but no one gave him credit because he didn't go tell you he was the baddest man. He didn't market that. He just went out and fought and beat people and knocked people out. So he had to move up and take the bigger fights and the better fights. And he was Errol Spence. We realized just how great he was. Canelo cemented him on what is the two-headed monster that marks the greatest of the 2000s. Floyd Mayweather is on that, and Bud Crawford is right next to him. I don't think we have to pick on who's better. I think they both dominated their eras.
Jeff Mayweather highlighted Floyd's dominance win over a young Canelo Alvarez as proof of his brilliance, emphasizing how he effortlessly neutralized a future superstar.
Also, if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. CJ Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? 21, 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game.
Errol Spence Jr. emphasized Floyd's unmatched ring IQ and control, stating that his mental and physical mastery sets him apart and would have likely given him the edge over Terence Crawford in a hypothetical matchup.
That's a little different because, Floyd's is different. I feel like, he's the best fighter, I don't know about all time. He might be the best fighter all time. If not, he's close 2-3, and not by far. So it's just it's a little bit different things that Floyd does. And Floyd was a lot older when I sparred him, and it's just certain things that he does that that's real tricky. Like the guy we get in the clinch, he was like squeezing my nose, and so I couldn't breathe and stuff like that. So it's just certain things that he do in there. It's just veteran stuff, just veteran all-time type stuff he was doing.
Even like Floyd would beat Crawford, would you think? I know that's just a fantasy matchup.
Man, I don't know.
I'm reaching,
I don't get into all that. I don't know who went out, Sugar Ray Robinson and Floyd. I don't know, man.
But for Floyd was the best work, just like mental games, everything.
Oh yeah, mentally, by far, I feel like he's the best. He's the best man.
Robert Garcia praised Crawford's historic, undisputed title run, but said that in a prime-for-prime matchup, he would favor Mayweather or Pacquiao because of the tougher eras they faced, while still recognizing Crawford as one of the all-time greats.
Mayweather never became undisputed. He's a 5-division champion, but never became undisputed. Never really followed that unification, stuff like that. So I think when it comes to accomplishments, I think he's already done more. In a fight, I probably still pick Mayweather. Both in the prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win. Just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win, both in the prime.
Ooh, to beat Crawford.
Yeah, I think so.
Prime for prime? Nice.
Yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? It's 100%. They're definitely here.
Shane Mosley said Terence Crawford's power, reach, switch-hitting ability, and relentless pressure could challenge Floyd Mayweather similarly to how Jose Luis Castillo once did, making Crawford one of the few fighters capable of pushing Floyd out of his comfort zone.
Only person that I see that I can kind of like equate to, and this I think Crawford would have the edge, is Castillo. When Castillo fought Mayweather the first time. And fights like that, Mayweather has problems with Crawford. Because Crawford hits hard. Crawford's very strong like I am. He has all the same long arms. Like I said, southpaw right-handed. And he's coming to get you. He don't care about the Philly defense style, whatever style he don't care about that. He's trying to get you. And he's going to make sure the combination is going to be hit. So you have to either hurt Crawford and get some respect or something. But he's going to be on it. So that would be a fight that I would...
That's all for today's video. Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content.